Even balance, have that move forward and back, ball of the foot, heel of the foot. Just have that little feel, wear the weight, and then just settle that weight into that kind of mid-balance position, front and back of the foot, either side of the foot, nice and balanced. And then picking up the toes or drawing the ball of the foot towards the heels from there. So whichever works for you to be able to connect with the arch of the foot. Keeping the arch of the foot connected, knees are gently softened, pelvis in a neutral mid position, and then connecting with our pelvic floor, ribs nicely aligned over the pelvis, and we've got 5 expanding breath out to the side and back of the rib cage. Shoulders nice and open, nice long neck, length up through the crown of the head, rolling the shoulders back, the shoulders out. Last one, sliding all the way down, nice and wide with the shoulders. Neck nice and long and lengthened still. Over the head, you can open our shoulder on the out breath. In breath as we come in. Out breath as we turn the other way. In breath back in. It's a nice even movement. The last one each way. And then bring into shoulder, side neck stretch. Drawing up and in breath, to the other side. What position then? Last one each side. And then bringing the head up into the mid position and we'll grab our bands. Not too much tension in the band, we're going to hold it around about shoulder height. So a little L shape position with the arms, and we're just going to stretch out wide from there. So we're just going to stretch out into our T and then back into our L. So nice connection with the shoulders down the back, stretching out and drawing back.
Just checking them all.
You know, you're too sure.
That's fine.
Last one. Release the arms down, and we're going to do a little rotation all the way around with the shoulders from there. So from reaching down, we're going to slowly lift up, opening out through the band as we slowly lift the arms until we reach a Y shape, and then continue to circle around. And round the other way. And then stretching into the band again, rolling the shoulders into that Y. Overhead and back forward. And we'll keep going, so a few more each way. Good. Last one. We're going to step into the middle of our band, hold on to the ends, and we'll do a little bit of side work. Nice tall spine, feet around about hip distance apart. We'll have that little bit of tension in the band, so that's helping to connect the shoulders down the back. The shoulders should be nice and flat to the back of the rib cage at the moment. Neck nice and long. We'll keep nice and open through the shoulders. And we're just going to release the tension on one side of the band as we slowly increase the other as we go down into that side bend. Hold for the in-breath. And then out breath, draw back up until we've got that even tension through the band. Same the other side. Out breath over. In breath hold. And out breath. Good, good, good. Keeping going. That in breath hold down. You can direct the breath into the side of the rib that we're stretching into. I'll add that little bit more stretch. Stretching and strengthening the sides of the waist, sides of the body, moving the ribs. Oh, 2-3 more each way. Keep things fairly gentle. To start with. I'm too tired. We're going to move the band up just round behind the bottom of the glutes and hold on to the ends for a little bit of sit back into a squat. So let's do a little bit wider than hip distance apart. So we've got a good base of support today. And then we're just going to sit back, keeping the knees over the feet onto our band. And then lengthen back up nice and tall. So, a little bit of quad work, keeping the spine nice and long. The last one, and then we're going to stand on the end of the band with one foot. So we can do a little lunge, so we want some space in front of us. So we're going to do a nice step forward and a reach out with the arm and into a little bicep curl, and then stand on it and then sink down and then come back up, bicep curl, and then sink down, bicep curl. So make sure the band's under the foot before you pull it. Good. A couple more on this side and then we'll switch side. So I'll make sure it's right under the ball of your foot. We did 5 or 6 on that first side, so the same on this side. You can tell if you lift your foot too much.
Sorry. Stand back.
Feet back around about hip distance apart, really finish that one. A fairly long hold on our band. We're going to do a little knee bend with a hinge forward through the hips, and then we're going to add a little diagonal reach in that bend. So nice and tall, bending the knees, hinging forward, and then we've got our diagonal reach in that bend. And we'll do 5 each side. Good, good. Do a little bit of balance work. We're going to bring the band around the upper back, just underneath the arms and through in front of us with a little cross of our band and then hold of our band in front. So we make a little kind of diamond shape with the arms and a cross with the band. So we're going to add a spine twist to our balance. So we're nice and tall at the moment. We're going to shift the weight across to one side, bring one foot away and float that leg. And then we're going to rotate towards it, keeping the hips facing forward, roll back forward, and then place that leg down and swap sides. Same on the other side. So nice and tall. That little bit of tension helps us to guide round into that twist. In breath as we return. Let's leg down. So we'll do about 4 more each side. Don't let the hips move. Hips facing forward. Nice. Good. Nice. Good. Oh, so we've done side lateral work, spine twisting type work within our warm up. This was a little bit of warm up through the quads and the upper body, the shoulders. We'll do a little bit of roll down. We'll use the band just with that extra little bit of feedback. So we're stepping into the middle of it again and just taking a hold of each end and then drawing ourselves up into a nice tall standing position. Nice connection with the shoulders again down the back. Standing nice and then bringing the head forward slowly, chin to the chest. And as we start to work our way down through the spine, we've got that feedback of the tension in the band slowly decreasing as we go forward. All the way into the lower back before we hinge forward and roll forward towards the floor. Oh, back is right, so I'm going to put my head. Hold for a breath or two. And then we're connecting with our centre because we've got that extra bit of resistance with back extensors as we roll back up. So the tension will slowly increase in our band again as we work our way back up nice and tall. So we'll do 3 more like that before we come down to the mat. So I'm just adding that little bit of work on the roll back up, put some nice feedback on the roll down. You come up from your 4th one, we're just going to come onto our backs on the mat for our first movement. Before you come all the way down onto your back, just bring one end of your band onto one foot, so it's ready there. So if you've got an elastic band, you'll need to just wrap an end round a few times, just so that you secure it onto your foot. And then we're going to hold on to the other end in the opposite hand. We may need to play with the tension a little once we get going, just to find the right tension. But we're going to bring the arm that's attached to the band straight up towards the ceiling. Find our neutral spine position, so when the ribs are connected down to the mat, the pelvis is in mid position, and we've got our centre set, of course. So we're going to work that diagonal of the body from shoulder to opposite hip. With a single leg movement. So as we breathe out, we're going to float the knee over the hip that's attached to the band. Keeping the other side nice and steady. As we breathe out, we're going to push away into the band with the leg as we reach back with the arm. Don't need to go too low. Think about that feeling of length and that connection with the diagonal. In breath hold and then out breath to return. In with the knee over the hip and the arm over the shoulder. So we're going to do 10 each side. Nice and controlled. Think about that diagonal connection, keeping the ribs down and keeping our centre set. Nice and controlled. Nice wide breath. connection with the centre, keeping that awareness of what's happening with the ribcage and pelvis. So there's no changes to the curve of the spine. Opposite side when you've done 10, yeah. Keeping it nice and controlled, swapping sides when you're ready. Same on the other side, so thinking about that nice even work through arm and legs, so we get that connection with diagonal. Keeping our centre connection in place. Yes, Linda's losing count. Good, as we get to our 8, let's have a little stretch out, or 10. So we're going to go into a shoulder bridge. We're going to bring the band just around the back of the thighs and just tie it. So we've got not too tight band, but enough of
You put your knees together on.
yeah, knees together and just tie it so that as we then bring the legs into hip distance apart, you've got a little tension on your band. So you're pushing out into the band a little. Feet are obviously in a little bit closer towards the sit bones than we had with our first rest position, but a neutral spine still, centre gently connected. We want to keep that feeling of pushing out into the band a little to work the outer hips. And then as we breathe out, we've got a little tuck and tilt of the pelvis and a roll up into our bridge. So our usual bridge movement. Up to the shoulders, we've got a nice stretch out through the front line with the knees reaching out towards the end of the mat as we get to our top position, hips nice and high. And we're just going to stabilise one side and press the knee out on the other and then back in again. And do 3 little presses out to the side. It won't be necessarily a big movement, we want to keep the hips still nice and level. And then the same on the other side. Press out. So stabilising on what will be the standing leg pushing the knee out to the side, a little on the opposite side. So we'll be working the glute on one side, harder than the other, and the obliques harder to keep nice and level. And then as we breathe out, keep that gentle tension in our band again as we curl back down through each vertebrae until we're all the way back into our neutral spine position. So we'll do around about 8 bridges, so about 7 more. With that, we're there a little longer than we normally would with that extra little bit of movement. Adjust your bands if you need to. But we're not after loads of tension, just that little bit that keeps that awareness of pressing to the band as we work up and down, and a little bit of resistance to take the knee into as we push it out to the side. Good. Our usual bridge, the feet are nicely balanced as we work up and down through our bridge, so we're not pushing with the heels or gripping with the toes. Keeping our connection with our centre, so that will reset each time if we need to. we get to 8, can have that little stretch out, so hug of the knees in towards you, little rock side to side if that feels good for your back, lengthen out if it doesn't. A bit of leg circles coming up next. We'll untie our band, where you can either use the end of the loop band and hold on to the other end, or you can step the foot into the middle of the band if you want to as well. And hold on. This may be too much tension. We want the elbows down on the mat. So do go with the longer band if you feel that this is too much load. So we've got our centre still set, ribs are down, and we've got the legs supported a little by our band. We're going to draw a circle. So keeping the opposite side nice and steady. We're going to draw away from us a little down round, in across to our midline, but not so much that the rest of the moves, and then back up, and then the same the opposite way. So we do around about 8 each direction. Again, really think about the control, keeping that opposite side nice and still, guiding the leg a little bit easier than our straight leg without the band. You can support the leg in the circle a little bit, try and get a little bit more range than you maybe would have without. Roughly an 8 breath for each circle, in breath pause between each one. No movement in that supporting leg, so we're not feeling a shift of weight from to the outer side of that foot, so the knee's not moving away from you. And perfectly steady, that means the pelvis will be staying nice and level too.
I can't seem to count past 2.
Yeah. Too many other things whizzing through your mind. I know. It's that time of year. This week was just. That and the snow like last week, I think. Worn everybody out. Nice and controlled. Nice even set wherever you can catch with then swapping sides. Same on the other side. You can get past one. It's the same, we want that nice even circle, nice balance through the opposite side, staying nice and still. And just the size of the circle might be, this is weaker obliques, and so you've got that little bit less range of movement, might be stronger. You can get that a little bit bigger circle. We want the stability today, so really focusing in on that stability as we do our circle.
Coordination. Much as I do escape this from thinking about Christmas.
I started right. I was shopping this from the supermarket this morning and I wrote about 3 things and went, I don't know. And I was like, I'm sure we said a whole load of things the other night when we were talking about it. Now I can't remember any of them.
See, I'm reading in supermarkets where just have no real that stands out. You can get through traffic. Just
Really?
West Hill everywhere.
Wow.
I'm not traffic.
Well, I don't need anything special.
No. I struck it lucky on Saturday morning about 9:30 and I thought it was kind of horrendous and it was empty. It filled up pretty quick. Tesco Bank, 9:30 on Saturday. It was so quiet.
Yeah.
But by the time I came out, it was watching. Was it Tesco's in West Hill were just gridlocked? You couldn't get in. You couldn't get, cars couldn't get in. You couldn't get in. It's a shocking car park, that one actually. It's really bad for getting in and out. I used to go there because Dad worked at West Hill.
So as we get to the end of our set, nice and even, we're going to step both feet into our band and we'll do a little double leg lower. So a little bit more core strength work with this one. We want to keep the ribs down still and the pelvis neutral and of course our centre set to support the movement. So again, elbows down on the mat, holding on to the ends of our band. And then we're just going to let the legs lower as to a point that we can go to without feeling the ribs start to draw away from the mat or the curves of the spine to change. Hold for the in-breath and then out-breath, draw back up with the legs straight over the hips up towards the ceiling. So we'll do 10. Yeah, I clearly don't need very much because I only got to pick 3 items on my list this morning. And I've shopped in 10 minutes for the last 3 weeks, so it's not like I've got a whole load of stuff in my cupboard.
Those Christmas dinner then?
Yeah. I'm kind of a bit in that mode, to be honest. I'm kind of a bit like, really? It doesn't matter, does it?
It's just a day, isn't it?
Yeah. As we get to 10, before we step out of the band, we'll have a little go at teaser from here. So we'll see how we get on. So we want to take the arms a little wider, so we're making a little diamond shape. And then as we press down with the legs, we're going to come up with the back and into our teaser position. Hold for the in-breath. And then control the lower back line. So again, center set. Keep the arms wide, so if you pull the arms in towards you, you want to keep that wide position, that diamond shape, to give you the maximum amount of support. Go down with your, keep going down with your legs down. Keep going down with your legs and up with your back. Keep going down with the legs. There we go. There you go. Not quite that far. Not quite that far. We're almost.
Oh,
Two more. Thank you.
It's much more hip flexible than usual.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because you're probably keeping the legs higher than you normally would.
That's tougher than doing normal.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So we're going to do a bit of side work. A couple of options. You can just tie a band around the lower legs, or you can use the pockets. If you've got the pocket band, you probably want the feet in and through to the ankles in probably alternate pockets with a space or two in between. So you can do either. It's up to you. The feet in all the way through the pockets, and so that the bands around the ankles does give you a bit more of a predictable stretch because the knot does slip a little. Then put on flat sides and into a long side lying position. So our usual, we can bring a block into the head and take the arm out in front, or a cushion if we want to, or we can lengthen the arm and rest the head onto the arm. We're going to be working the outer hip and outer leg a little bit with a leg lift, but also the obliques will do lots of work to help to stabilise us as well. So we want our centre set, we want that top hip lengthening down towards the end of the mat, so that we've got a good stacked up position. Top arm line resting on our top line in front of us, or if you want to add a little bit more balance work, you can add a reach of the arm as well. So as we breathe out, we're just keeping the balance through the top hip, and we're going to lift the top leg, pressing into the band. Hold for the in-breath, and out breath control. That releases the stretch of the band back down again. So our lower legs keeping, stabilising the band, if you like, keeping, and we're pressing then away into our band. So a lot more work, because we've got that resistance as we press into the band. Keeping the top hip still nice and steady. Do 10. Good, good, good. We get to 10, we can swap sides, so we've got the same, just on the right sides today, so switch over once you're ready.
Christmas.
It's Christmas. Just one. Do some good glute work on the shoulder bridge. Good. Top hip staying nice and stable. Right, as we get some, we can inside our band or our loop it from the legs. Good. We're going to do a little all fours one to take us towards the end. May get time for another seated one as well. So we're bringing the band around the upper back again, underneath the armpits, and into our hands, and then hands underneath our shoulders in our all fours position. So that's given us a little bit of tension across the upper back. Toes are tucked under. So we're going to come into a little forward, bringing the knees up, and then from there we're going to step one leg back and step it back in, and then the same the other side, keeping the back nice and long and stable, and then bring the knees back down again. So centre set, spine nice and long. Lift the knees a small amount, keep the hips down, the back nice and long, step out with one foot and back in, away with the other, and back in, release the knees back down. So we'll do a few more and then we'll do a little bit of a press up move as well. It's tough, yeah.
Started off easy, not
One more. Our press up was staying in the little box position with the band in the same position, and we're just going to bend the elbows to take ourselves down towards the mat, folding them underneath, so band tension will reduce, and then push into our band as we lengthen back up. Shoulders nicely connected down the back, across, centre set. So as we breathe out, come forward. Nice and long, centre set. Press into our band and press back up. Yeah, we'll do about 6 or so. Whose shoulders are those?
It's my elbows.
It's your elbows.
We don't like doing it this way. I'm in bed and I'm doing it.
Yeah, I know. I have to really think about doing it the other way.
It's much more tricepy this way.
Yeah.
do it either way. I don't know which one's doing it right.
I think you will. Bending it. You were going out to the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out to the side or?
No, I was
It should
talking
go
under, but yeah.
towards your hips. Your arms should really go towards your hips.
Yeah.
So it's all tricep. Oh,
That's fine.
very hard.
And then we'll finish with a little seated row move. So again, feet into the middle of the band. Take the legs nice and straight away from us. We'll cross of the band and hold on to the end. And sit nice and tall. Shoulders nice and connected. Bring the arms to reach out in front of us, around about shoulder height. And we're just going to pull in towards the shoulders, keeping the arms nice and high, and then out through forward again. So out breath as we pull up in, breath as we release out. And we'll do around about 8. Just do a good bit of upper body today with our bands. And then a bit of connection work and core work, glutes and hips. So a little bit more chilled than some of our more recent ones. Could have gone either way. Yeah, it'll be all the equipment stuff on the YouTube link. So most of it's there. Rebecca did a poll on Friday, so that's
What was that?
yeah. So yeah, so there's a good variety actually there. Good. We'll go on to our backs. We'll keep our bands. We'll use bands a little bit for our stretches today. So just one foot into the middle of the band or into our end of our band, and taking the leg nice and long up towards the ceiling for our hamstring stretch. So we have lengthened into the hamstrings a little with some of the movements today. Leg circle, mobilise the hip and stretched into the hamstrings a little with that movement because it was a straight leg movement. Did the double leg lowers as well, which will have lengthened into the hamstrings. We can draw the leg across the midline, supporting it with the band to get that stretch into the outer hip and leg. Go careful with it though. It's raining now. And then we can support the leg out all the way to the same side for the inner thigh. And then drawing in, we'll swap sides, same on the other side. A little bit of a hamstring stretch. Ooh. Let go in the end. It's a bad day.
This has been a lovely moment of calm, Michelle.
Yeah, I think we maybe we needed it this morning, didn't we? And then drawing across the body again. Okay, be careful how far you take it, so you don't want to overstretch. And then over across to the same side. The other side. Drawing this leg in, a little hug of both knees towards us, just release into the lower back. And then onto our side, so into knee length, quad stretch. You can, band doesn't really add anything to the quad stretch one. Look inside, same on the side. And then come into our standing position. Stretch out, so nice balance from the feet. Have a little roll back of the shoulders, so just settle them nicely down back. Turn the palms forward, big breath in. As we breathe out, circle that. In breath, stretch and reach. And breath as we circle. More down,